shifts to ruin. Now, with cameras and sonar, similar shapes are appearing again. So the question is chilling. Are these modern sightings the same entities sailors once feared, finally returning to the surface? What comes next is far more gripping. Filmed at night, the footage appears to show two mermaid-like figures circling and striking the boat. Not in panic, but with intent. Their movements feel coordinated, almost defensive, as if the vessel crossed into forbidden territory. The authenticity of the video is heavily debated, yet the aggression on display unsettles even skeptics. If this clip is real, it reveals a side rarely imagined. Territorial, dominant, and unwilling to be disturbed in its domain. This next video starts deceptively simple. A man films what he believes is just a fish caught near the surface, but as the camera gets closer, everything changes. The creature has a disturbingly human-like head, eyes that seem aware, and a mouth lined with teeth that don't belong to any known species. It thrashes violently, clearly struggling to escape. Viewers were left stunned. What kind of creature was part human, part fish that doesn't fit anything science has ever documented? Now this clip feels almost unreal. A man is seen holding a strange creature that looks like it stepped straight out of an Aquaman movie. Its scales shimmer in patterns unlike any known fish. Its arms look unmistakably human, and its head appears ridged, almost crown-like in shape.
Alright, let's get ready.
The creature squirms weakly, clearly alive. Online debate erupted instantly. Some call it an elaborate prop. Others can't ignore the details. If this isn't fiction, then what exactly was pulled from the water that day? The next clip turns a quiet fishing trip into pure terror. A man reels in his line, expecting a normal catch, when something explodes from the water instead. A terrifying mermaid-like figure surges toward his boat, thrashing violently, nearly flipping it over. The camera shakes as he scrambles to pull back. Many online dismiss it as fake, but others point to the raw panic and chaotic movement. If this was real, he didn't just hook a fish. He provoked something that didn't want to be caught. This next clip plunges straight into chaos. Three men struggle to restrain a violent fish-like creature with unmistakably human arms. One even gripping a crowbar in desperation. The creature thrashes with shocking strength, twisting free despite their combined effort. In a sudden burst, it tears away and dives back into the sea, disappearing beneath the surface.
Alright. This is way too bright for me. Alright, let's get it, let's go.
Some call it staged. Others can't ignore the raw panic and power on display. If this were real,
Siri,
there stood a chance.
set alarm for 1 hour, please.
What follows feels less like an encounter and more like a battle. The footage shows dozens of terrifying figures erupting from the water, chasing a speeding boat as if it crossed into forbidden territory. Their movements are fast, coordinated, relentless, almost military.
Alright.
It looks less like chaos and more like
Woo!
defense, as if an underwater kingdom were responding to an intrusion.
Hey guys, how you guys doing? Welcome to my study stream.
Many dismiss it as
We
strange,
All right.
completely different way. Instead of chaos or violence, it shows what appears to be a mermaid calmly inside of a human. No struggle, PR fear, just quiet. This contrasts sharply with other footage where these beings attack a fleet. Some believe this shows a peaceful side rarely discussed. Others insist it must be staged. But if it's real, it raises an uncomfortable question. Are these creatures always hostile, or are we only seeing them when things go wrong? What comes next is even more disturbing. Captured by fishermen, the footage shows a gray-white face emerging from the water, its eyes unnaturally large and fixed with eerie awareness. But unlike other encounters, this being has no visible arms, only a powerful fishtail thrashing as it struggles to escape. Its movement feels frantic, almost desperate. Viewers were left unsettled by how different it looked from every other clip. Was this another variation of the same species, or something else entirely hiding beneath the waves? This clip may be the most terrifying yet. It shows a gray, human, fish-like creature violently trapped inside a fishing net on a boat, thrashing as it knows it's been caught. Its movements are desperate, almost intelligent, pulling and twisting with frightening force. The footage cuts as the fishermen shout in panic. Many online insist it's AI or staged. Others argue the raw struggle feels too real to fake. If this was genuine, then something mysterious beneath the ocean was captured on camera. What follows is deeply unsettling. Captured aboard a fishing boat, the footage shows a sea marine mermaid-like figure thrashing violently near the deck. Its skin glistens under harsh lights as it releases loud, piercing noises, sounds that don't resemble any known animal. Some believe it was calling for help. Others think it was issuing a warning or trying to terrify the fishermen into letting it go. The panic in voices feels real. If this wasn't staged, then that sound wasn't random but intentional.
New stunts from the lead action. This is going to be
guys check the pin comment so you think I'm not like, so you know that I'm not ignoring you. Because some people feel like that if it matters. Basically says I go to the top 10 best college in America, and I do all kind of streams. I'm doing a study stream right now. I should put that. I always forget to do that. I'm gonna do it now because it makes sense mathematically for me.
Voyager 2 just beamed back from the edge of our solar system. After 47 years in space, NASA's iconic probe went silent for months, then suddenly woke up with a transmission that has experts losing sleep. What they found hidden in the signal defies explanation and raises bone-chilling questions about what's really out there. The government is scrambling to explain it away, but the truth can't stay hidden much longer. The mysterious silence before the storm. For nearly 5 decades, Voyager 2 has been our faithful cosmic messenger, sailing through the darkness of space, sending back pictures and data about our solar system's outer planets. But last winter, something changed. NASA engineers noticed the probe had gone completely silent. No signals, no data packets, nothing but empty static for weeks on end. They tried everything, sending reset commands, switching to backup systems, even pointing our biggest radio telescopes directly at its last known location. Nothing worked. The spacecraft, launched in 1977, seemed to have finally died, joining the cosmic graveyard of human technology lost to the void. Scientists prepared their farewell statements. Space enthusiasts mourned online, and the world began to accept that one of humanity's greatest explorers had finally gone dark. That's why what happened next shocked everyone. After 63 days of complete silence, Voyager 2 suddenly came back online, but not with its regular data stream. Instead, it sent a single data burst, massive in size, concentrated and focused, using more power than the aging spacecraft should have been capable of generating. There is something deeply unsettling about the quiet that comes before a storm. It is a moment when nature seems to hold its breath, waiting for something powerful to unfold. This silence is not just the absence of sound, it is a stillness that can be felt in the air, a pause that hints at the strength of what is about to come. On days when the sky turns grey and heavy clouds gather on the horizon, this quiet often arrives without warning. The winds that were once playful suddenly stop, leaving the trees motionless. Birds that were chirping moments ago fall silent, as if they sense the coming danger. Even animals seem to retreat, seeking shelter, while the world becomes eerily still. This strange calm can feel both peaceful and unnerving, as though nature is preparing for something beyond our control. The air itself feels different during this time, thick and heavy, almost as if it is charged with energy. Some people describe this sensation as a kind of tension, a feeling that something is about to break loose. The temperature might drop slightly, or the humidity might rise, adding to the sense of unease. Everything feels out of balance, like the world is holding back its power just for a moment. The signal was so powerful, it saturated receivers at 3 separate deep space network stations simultaneously. Whatever Voyager 2 wanted to tell us, it wanted to make absolutely sure we got the message, and that message, once decoded, would send ripples of confusion, wonder, and fear through the scientific community in ways nobody could have predicted. The signal, it defied explanation. NASA's initial response to Voyager 2's mysterious transmission was cautious excitement. The probe was alive, but that celebration quickly turned to confusion. The data package didn't match any known format in Voyager's programming. It wasn't telemetry, it wasn't instrument readings, and it certainly wasn't the routine status updates the craft had been sending for decades. Instead, engineers discovered a complex, structured data pattern that seemed deliberately encoded, layers within layers of information, arranged in ways that shouldn't have been possible with Voyager's 1970s computer systems. The data contained mathematical patterns that repeated with slight variations, almost like a language or code. Even more baffling, parts of the transmission included details.
Been swallowing their story for years. Enough. New recharge night energy. The fatigue fighting formula that saves you from quick fixes. Energy you can
Leonitrous. This is a song that I just recorded. This whole song is called Machine Working. I kept thinking of the way it was necessary.
After 50 silent years, Elvis Presley's tomb has been opened, and the footage that emerged has shaken the world. Scientists who entered the chamber described it as a step into another time. Inside, the air was thick with mystery, the walls echoing faintly like a song lost to eternity. What they discovered has fueled a wave of disbelief and awe. The king of rock and roll, resting beneath Graceland, seems to have left behind more than memories. The newly revealed footage holds secrets too strange to ignore. And now everyone is asking the same question: what really lies beneath? The day Graceland trembled. It was a cold, misty morning at Graceland. The air was still, heavy with silence, as though the earth itself held its breath. 50 years had passed since Elvis Presley's death, yet his name still floated through the quiet grounds like a faint echo. The white columns of his mansion stood solemn against the pale dawn light, and a thin fog curled around the marble path leading to his tomb. Even after half a century, people still came to this place, whispering stories about the man who became a legend and the mysteries he left behind. But this morning was different. There were no fans, no flowers, no songs playing in the background, only the sound of boots pressing softly against the wet ground. A small group of scientists, forensic experts, and preservationists stood by the gravesite, their faces pale under the gray sky. Each of them had signed strict government contracts, promising secrecy. The reason they were there was locked inside a dusty envelope that had been discovered months ago, a letter sealed by Elvis Presley himself, written weeks before his death. The letter spoke of something hidden, something to be discovered after half a century. No one understood what he meant, but the government decided to act. A new scientific breakthrough in preservation studies had made it possible to analyze remains without destruction. And so, quietly, with no media, no cameras, and no public notice, the decision was made to open the tomb of the king of rock and roll. Many would have called it madness. For decades, fans around the world believed strange things about Elvis's death, that he faked it, that he fled, that he was seen in airports and gas stations. Others believed there were secrets buried within, locked under marble and silence, but no one had ever dared disturb his resting place, until now. Standing closest to the tomb was Dr. Evelyn Rhodes, the lead archaeologist chosen for the operation. She was not one for superstition. Her life had been spent uncovering the past, from ancient temples buried beneath deserts to frozen tombs in forgotten mountains. Yet today her hands trembled slightly beneath her gloves. She felt the weight of what was about to happen. This was not an ordinary excavation. This was Elvis Presley's grave, and the entire world would one day know what they found here. In her coat pocket, she carried the fragile note that started it all, the one found inside the Presley archives, sealed in wax. The handwriting was firm but tired. Elvis had written that there would come a day when truth and peace will meet again. The last line read, 50 years after, open what I have left. No one knew what he had meant, but this letter was enough to summon a team of specialists and an order of silence. The operation had been planned in secret for months. Every move had been rehearsed. Every word is documented. The media had been told Graceland was undergoing maintenance. Only those inside the circle knew the truth, that beneath the flowers and marble lay something that had waited half a century to be seen. A thin rain began to fall as the team set up their equipment. No one spoke. Even the sound of the metal instruments clinking against stone felt too loud. A white tent had been raised to block the view from above, and guards surrounded the site. The atmosphere was thick with unease. Dr. Rhodes gave the quiet command to begin. Two engineers stepped forward with laser tools and began loosening the ancient seal around the marble slab. The process was slow, delicate. The air grew colder, and even the ground seemed to tremble as they worked. The marble groaned, a deep, hollow sound that seemed to echo from within. Inside the tent, one scientist, a young man with restless curiosity, discreetly switched on a small camera hidden in his jacket pocket. The government had banned all recordings, but he could not resist. He wanted proof, proof that this moment had truly happened. That was the camera that would later reveal the new footage the world would talk about. The work continued. Each minute felt longer than the last. The rain outside turned to mist, and and the soft hiss of wind brushed against the tent. A strange vibration rippled through the slab as the final seal broke. The scientists froze, exchanging uneasy glances. It felt as though something beneath was alive. The final layer of marble shifted with a loud creak. Cold air burst out from the opening, sharp, heavy, and scented faintly with cedar and old perfume. It wasn't the smell of decay, it was the smell of preservation, a sweet, clean scent that did not belong to 50 years of silence. Everyone stepped back. The fog thickened, spilling into the tent. The lights flickered. For a moment, the only sound was the faint hum of equipment and the soft dripping of rain outside. Then, from the darkness of the open tomb, something caught the light, a faint glitter, like glass or crystal. Dr. Rhodes leaned forward, shining her flashlight into the gap. What she saw made her heart pound. The casket was there, pristine, untouched. The gold handle still gleamed faintly, the engraving sharp and clear. No dust, no sign of time. It looked as if it had been placed there only yesterday, but what truly chilled the team was the inside. Through the thin glass panel, the lining appeared new, spotless and bright, untouched by age. The silk shimmered faintly under the light, and the interior seemed impossibly preserved. It was as though time had stopped inside it. One of the scientists whispered that it felt wrong, not in a scientific sense, but something deeper, something human. Dr. Rhodes couldn't speak. Her hands trembled as she took a step back. Her eyes darted from the casket to the others who stood close. They had prepared themselves for decay, for dust, for what nature leaves behind after half a century. But what they found was untouched beauty, a silence too perfect to be real. The secret Elvis left behind. The air inside Graceland was thick with silence. Hours had passed since the tomb had been opened, yet no one could shake the strange heaviness that followed. The team of scientists stood in the soft light, just a few steps away from where Elvis Presley had once walked. Their gloves glistened under the dim lights, their movements slow and careful. On the metal table before them rested something small but heavy, a sealed case, dark with age, its surface engraved with a single marking, EP. The case had been found inside the tomb, hidden within the inner capsule that no one knew existed. Its surface was cold and smooth, untouched for half a century. Every eye in the room was fixed on it. No one spoke. It was as if time itself had stopped, holding its breath. Dr. Evelyn Rhodes, the lead archaeologist, leaned closer. Her voice was soft but firm as she gave the command to open it. The moment the lid was lifted, the faint scent of old paper and cedar escaped. Inside lay three objects: a folded letter sealed in wax, a small golden locket shaped like a heart, and a tiny reel of film labeled in delicate handwriting, "For the future." A silence settled over the room. Everyone understood the weight of what they had found. Dr. Rhodes reached for the letter first. The wax broke with a faint crack. Inside, the paper was fragile, yellow, but the handwriting was clear, strong yet weary. Elvis had written it himself. The words spoke directly to whoever would find them. He wrote about secrets, about eyes that watched him even in his home. He spoke of something he had discovered in the final years of his life, something buried beneath the music, deeper than fame. The letter ended with a strange sentence: "If you are reading this, then you have reached where truth sleeps. What I could not tell then must now be seen." No one dared to breathe. The scientists exchanged glances. Whatever was on that old film reel now felt like the final piece of a puzzle. Within an hour, the team moved the film to a small private laboratory hidden within Graceland's lower levels. The room was quiet, the lights dimmed, the air cold. A single projector was prepared. The reel was fragile, and the technician handled it as if touching history itself. The first flicker of light filled the wall, and then there he was, Elvis Presley. He sat on the edge of his bed, the soft lamp behind him glowing faintly. His hair was neatly styled, his face pale but calm. He wore a simple shirt, no glitter, no stage. Just a man sitting alone, speaking to the future. His eyes, though tired, still carried that same warmth that once captured millions. At first, no one could speak. The sound of his voice filled the room, low, sincere, almost fragile. He talked about the weight of fame, the loneliness behind the cheers, the feeling that his life had become a story written by others. He said he had learned things that frightened him, things he couldn't share then, because no one would believe him. He paused, looking away. brushing his hair. Then, more softly, he said that he was leaving behind something important, a truth that would one day set things right. The scientists sat frozen, staring at the flickering image of the man they had all come to study. It wasn't just a message. It wasn't just words. It felt like a farewell and a warning. When the film ended, the room stayed dark for several seconds. No one wanted to move. The silence felt sacred, heavy, like the world outside no longer existed. Dr. Rhodes looked at the letter again. At the bottom, written in smaller handwriting, were coordinates, numbers, and words describing a part of Graceland no one had ever documented, a hidden chamber. The note said it was built to hold what I could never tell. The team exchanged looks of disbelief. Could there really be a secret room beneath Graceland? The rest of the night became a quiet race against time. Blueprints of the mansion were spread across long tables. Old construction maps, maintenance records, and every piece of paper connected to the property were studied carefully. Each line, each symbol was traced with shaking fingers. Elvis's handwriting guided them. Every curve, every underline seemed to hide meaning. His words mentioned the foundation of silence, a phrase that made no sense until Dr. Rhodes noticed something unusual in the plans. An unmarked space near the family tomb, completely sealed off. No door, no path, just an empty block of stone. Her heart began to race. She knew that was where they wanted to look. It was late at night when they returned to the gravesite. The moon hung low, casting a pale silver light over the marble. The crowd of scientists was smaller now, only those who could be trusted with absolute secrecy. The others had been sent away. The fog had returned, swirling softly over the ground as they set up quiet lights near the tomb. Every sound felt amplified, the click of a switch, the whisper of a shoe against the floor, the gentle rustle of the trees beyond the gate. Dr. Rhodes ran her gloved fingers along the cold marble, tracing every line until she reached the corner where the blueprints had shown the blank space. She pressed her palm against it. The wall felt colder there, heavier. With slow precision, they began to scan the surface using thermal imaging. The screen flickered, and there it was, a hollow space behind the wall. The team exchanged tense glances. There really was something behind it. The engineers moved forward with tools, working carefully to avoid damage. The scraping of metal against stone echoed softly through the night. Each minute felt longer than the last. Sweat trickled down my foreheads despite the chill in the air. Then came the sound, a dull, deep click, like a lock finally giving way after a lifetime of silence. Everyone froze. A narrow outline began to appear in the marble, a hidden frame, perfectly concealed. It was a door, sealed with rusted iron. The surface bore faint initials, nearly erased by time. Dr. Rhodes reached out, her hand trembling slightly. The handle was cold and stiff. She hesitated for just a second, then turned it. The door groaned as it moved. The sound
Oh, I'm gonna go make me a nice little hot chocolate. Keep going. Let's fucking break.
The air thick and freezing. From within the darkness came a gust of cold wind, sweeping past them as if the room itself had been holding its breath for 50 years. The scent of old stone and faint perfume filled the air. The lights flickered, and the beam of a flashlight cut through the dust, revealing a narrow staircase descending into darkness. Dr. Rhodes stood there silent, the cold air brushing her face. Her voice was barely a whisper when she spoke. It's been waiting for us. Behind her, the others watched in stunned silence, hearts pounding, every sound amplified by the echoing hall. And the room that time forgot. The staircase beneath Graceland seemed to go on forever. Each step the scientists took echoed softly through the stone passage, their flashlights cutting through the heavy dark. Dust floated in the air like slow snow, untouched for half a century. None of them spoke. They listened to their breathing, to the faint hum beneath the earth, and to the ghostly quiet of a secret that had waited 50 years to be found. Dr. Evelyn Rhodes led the way. Her heart beat steadily, though every sound felt louder than it should. The cold air deepened with each step, carrying the faint scent of cedar and something older, paper maybe, or time itself. When they reached the bottom, the light from her flashlight fell upon a metal door. It was massive, covered in symbols she did not recognize, though at the center, faint but clear, were two letters, E, P. With a deep breath, she turned the handle. The door groaned open. The the sound scraping through the silence. A rush of air escaped, dry and heavy, as though the room had been holding its breath for 50 years. The beam of her light swept across the space, and every single person froze. It wasn't a tomb. It wasn't storage. It was a world preserved in stillness. The secret chamber stretched wide, its stone walls lined with shelves and glass cases. Artifacts lay in perfect order: vinyl records, tapes, handwritten notes, and framed photographs that still gleamed beneath the dust. In one corner, an old piano stood quietly, its keys untouched yet clean, as though waiting for fingers that would never return. The air shimmered faintly. Some objects looked impossibly new, untouched by time. The scientists exchanged quiet, startled glances. It was as if the room had been sealed in its moment, untouched by age, unchanged by decay. Dr. Rhodes's light caught something in the center of the chamber, a tall glass capsule. She stepped closer. Inside was a carefully arranged collection: a small, leather-bound Bible, a stack of handwritten journals, and a single envelope sealed in wax. On its surface, in faded but elegant handwriting, were the words, "For Lisa Marie." Dr. Rhodes stood motionless. The others joined her, forming a silent circle around the glass. The stillness of that moment was heavy, reverent. They had all grown up knowing his name, his voice, his face. But this was the man behind all that. His private world, untouched since the day he left it. Slowly they lifted the glass and began to examine the journals. The pages were yellow, but perfectly preserved. His handwriting, neat and strong, filled each one with emotion. The first few pages were gentle, daily notes, prayers, reflections. But as they turned the pages, the tone began to shift. His words grew darker, his handwriting uneven. He wrote of fears of being watched, of trust slipping away, of loneliness that followed him even on stage. He mentioned people close to him, names hidden beneath initials, and his growing sense that something in his life had spiraled beyond control. Then came a line that made Dr. Rhodes stop reading aloud. "I want to be reborn, somewhere no one knows my name. I want to live again, not as Elvis Presley, but as the man I was before the crown." Her voice caught slightly. She could almost feel the weight of those words pressing against her chest. Around her, the scientists listened in complete silence. They weren't just reading history, they were standing inside a man's last truth. As they turned another page, a sudden flicker of light filled the chamber. The overhead bulbs, powered by their portable generator, blinked twice, then steadied again. The hum of the cameras wavered, screens distorting for a moment. Dr. Rhodes looked up sharply. "Check the power," she whispered. But before anyone could respond, another flicker came, this time longer, the lights dimming to near darkness. The faint static on their devices grew louder, almost like a pulse. The air buzzed faintly. Then, as suddenly as it came, the interference faded. The lights steadied. One of the scientists frowned. "It's electromagnetic," he murmured. "But there's no cause." Dr. Rhodes turned back to the journals, but her gaze caught on something at the edge of the table, a metal box half buried under a stack of papers. It was small, sealed, and covered in markings she did not recognize. Inside, they found blueprints, strange diagrams of sound waves and circuits, scribbled over with notes written in Elvis's hand. He had drawn designs for a machine, something that emitted frequencies labeled healing tones. Next to the sketch he had written, "Music that restores, not entertains." The scientists gathered closer, their eyes wide. It wasn't just the design, it was the handwriting, the equations, the technical details, far beyond what anyone expected of a singer. Dr. Rhodes whispered, almost to herself, he wasn't just creating songs, he was experimenting. The truth began to unfold before them. Elvis Presley, the man the world called a star, had been quietly working on sound experiments that could heal. His last recordings weren't made for charts or fans. They were made for something much deeper, a kind of science no one knew he'd pursued. For a long moment, no one spoke. The air was heavy with awe and sorrow. Then one of the researchers found something else, a small black voice recorder, tucked beneath a folded cloth. Its metal surface was tarnished, but the play button still worked. The team gathered close as Dr. Rhodes pressed it gently. A faint crackle filled the room, followed by silence, then a voice. It was him, soft, low, trembling slightly. Elvis Presley's voice filled the chamber. The sound echoed through the walls like a ghost returned. He spoke slowly, his words almost a whisper. He talked about love, about music, about the weight of fame that wanted to leave something good behind, he said. Not for the stage, not for the crown, but for the soul. His voice broke near the end. The sound of quiet breathing lingered for a few seconds before the tape clicked off. No one moved. No one even breathed. The silence that followed felt sacred. One of the scientists lowered his head. Another wiped her eyes. Even Dr. Rhodes. It wasn't a message for fame. It wasn't for history. It was a goodbye. Soft, human, and full of aching peace. The hum of the generator returned. The lights glowed gently again. Yet everything felt different now, as though the air itself carried his voice. Dr. Rhodes turned toward the journals once more, tracing a finger along the final line of the last page. It was written in uneven ink, the words on the paper. The last name of the king.
Alrighty. Woo! It is fucking cold, bro.
Showed scientists unsealing Elvis Presley's tomb after 50 long years. The world had always whispered about the king, about his mysterious death and the strange silence that followed it. But no one had ever imagined that beneath Graceland, beneath all the marble and the music, there was a truth. The footage began with a dim light, flickering against cold stone. A gloved hand brushed dust away from the marble lid.
Make sure.
Then, slowly, the casket appeared. Perfect, glowing, faint.
Volume's working.
It looked nothing like something that had lain beneath the earth for half a century. Inside,
Oh.
there was no decay, no wood.
I don't know if that was playing
As
all
if
the time,
time
but
itself had stopped at that single sorrowful moment in
oh,
1977.
sorry guys.
The video was brief but powerful. It captured gasps, soft footsteps, and a faint hum that
I think it's working. Sounds like it is.
it showed the engraved melody on beside the phone. Elvis's initials carved deep into its surface, and the moment the scientist lifted it with trembling hands, and though the clip ended abruptly, it left behind questions that tore across the globe. Was it real? Was it right? And the king of rock and roll really left behind something the world was never meant
I'm
to
like
see?
highly uncomfortable right now.
Every screen, every headline, every social feed burned with his name again. Elvis lives, some said. The secret beneath Graceland, said others. Some believed it was staged. Some said it proved that his death had been fake. Yet through all the noise, Graceland remained silent. No statement, no confirmation, just silence. And the endless hum of mystery.
I'm almost done with this chapter, which makes me happy. This showed me how fast I could read and interpret. Let's see here, and then go here. Chichajoncito.
She had spent weeks studying every line, every curve of his writing, as though each word carried a heartbeat. But one envelope remained unopened, the one marked for Lisa Marie. Her hands trembled slightly as she reached for it. She had waited until the very end, until the noise of the world had softened into a distant hum. She did not want this discovery to feel like an intrusion. She
I don't
wanted
even know, like,
listening.
that's crazy. I'm not even gonna say nothing, but hey.
Marked by the faint scent of cologne. When she broke the seal, a small folded paper fell out. No grand secret, no confession, just a handwritten poem and a sheet of music. The words were soft and simple, almost like a lullaby. They spoke of peace, of finding light after long darkness, and of leaving behind a melody that could heal the soul. Beneath the poem, in neat, careful handwriting, Elvis had written a short note to his daughter. When the world is ready, let it listen. Beside the letter was the sheet of musical notes, unfinished, delicate, and haunting. Dr. Evelyn's eyes lingered on the rhythm. Something about it felt familiar. When she placed the sheet under the small device found in the underground chamber, a machine built from Elvis's blueprints, the notes began to align with soft waves of sound. She pressed play. The melody that filled the room was unlike anything she had ever heard. It wasn't loud or grand. It was slow, tender, and full of warmth. As the frequency shifted, something strange happened. Her chest loosened, her eyes stung, and for the first time in days, she felt overwhelming calm wash over her. It was as though every sound carried a message, ears, the melody reached others. Dr. Evelyn recorded the sound and sent it for analysis, but someone within the team released it online. The world heard it before any explanation could follow. Millions listened. Some said they cried without knowing why. Some said it felt like their hearts slowed down and steadied for the first time in years. And across the globe, people spoke softly again about the man they once called the King. For a brief, beautiful moment, the world stopped fighting over what was real. Instead, they just listened. News outlets called it the healing song. Scientists began to study the frequencies, yet none could fully explain how it worked. They said it was impossible for a man in 1977 to have created a sound pattern so advanced, but Dr. Evelyn knew better. She recalled the journals found beneath Graceland, the sketches, the notes, the endless pages about using sound to mend broken emotions. Elvis hadn't just sung for fame. He had been searching for peace. She spent long nights alone in the study, writing her final report. The mansion felt different now, softer, quieter, as though it too was listening. Each night she replayed the tape of his final message. His voice filled the room again, trembling but full of love. He spoke not as a legend, but as a man who had grown weary of being worshipped. When the report was finally complete, she recorded her statement on camera, sitting beside the same desk where Elvis had once written the songs. Her voice was calm, but her eyes shimmered. He never wanted to be worshipped, she said softly. He wanted to be understood. What he left behind was not a mystery, it was mercy. Music was his way of saying goodbye, and healing was the gift he left behind. Outside, autumn sunlight spilled across the Graceland gardens. The tomb that had been disturbed was sealed again, this time with care and reverence. No one spoke during the final ceremony. The air was still, the trees silent, as if even nature held its breath. When the stone was lowered, the faint sound of a song seemed to rise from beneath, barely audible, carried by the wind. Some said it was imagination. Others swore they heard it too, a soft tune drifting between the trees, the same melody that had calmed millions.
For 250 years, America has depended on the courage of those who serve. Wounded Warrior Project honors that past by building better futures for warriors ever. Good morning, everybody. It's WGA Radio in Portland, Maine.
country, living there for free. Young or old, from Moscow, London, or Memphis, Elvis Presley is still here, the king of rock and roll.
I was born in a small tiny town in the Golden Hills of Mississippi. I guess Tupelo was as good a place as any to live in. Far back as I can remember, Grandma lived next door. Daddy was a sharecropper, and most of the time we got by all right. But one year we went to prison after writing a bad check for some food. Mama got us through by taking in washing and soap. Mama and I were always real close. I had a twin brother, Jesse, but he died good. So I was the only child. We were a religious family. We sang in our hymns in church. The song was a strong influence on my music. I guess I was kind of weird, but I wasn't much different than other kids I grew up with. I hung on parts of Tupelo my folks really didn't either. But Mama had money over us half the time I would have got interviewed. This friend of mine used to take me across town to work at a cigarette. And that was when I first heard the blues. It sure is a lot different than the music we were singing in church. I realized then that music, the blues, gospel, is all about letting the person feel it itself.
Hey, what's up? What's up? How you guys doing? Welcome to the study stream I'm doing at the moment. I just finished my gaming stream.
Everything seemed to change from your
Ah, man.
Leonitrous.
I'm gonna do a workout stream today. I think I worked out a couple times this week. I just didn't I didn't put it on camera.
After
Alright,
graduating
where was
high school,
I?
I made a record for Leonitrous. I kind of work out in the Sam Phillips. The other Sam playing back to the other Scotty Moore and Bill Black. Two fine musicians. At the time, Sam Phillips was recording a lot of records. So good rhyme, for a lot simpler, Nothing seems to better.
Mm. Oh, break time. Seems like. Alrighty. Put these on here. Guys, I'm gonna take a break. Give me like literally 2 minutes. Siri, set alarm for 2 minutes. They hit me up 5 times, bro. Hey Zoe, what's up? All these people wrote me. I didn't even notice. It says, oh, they left though. Oh, it says study stream. Yes. Zoe. Alright. Oh, man.
nice new line. Maybe we don't see much on stage. They'll just came natural to them. They won't play it off any day.
Oh. Yo, I'm simple breaking this song. You know, all that food is on the ground, right? You gotta start chewing. So I just give you 3 scoops when I usually give you 1 or 2. You talking shit. You won't eat. Now all the snails are gonna get the food since all the food drops on the fucking ground. Look, they're coming out right now. I can hear my snails coming out the ground. Can you? Everybody check this chick. She's talking too much. Yeah, check her. Check her. Check her. She's feeding everybody else besides herself. Think about that. Think about it. That's the last time I say it. Oh, he can dance too. I'll give me an all black and white Nemo. Those are pretty.
I still can't figure out what's going so wrong.
All right. Man. All right, let's go back. All right. Anyways, we are back. Siri, set an alarm for 1 hour, please. Good. Ah!
I watched him gyrate his legs and fiddle his hips. Our parent teachers group feels he should not be on television.
People started calling me a sex maniac, saying I was nude when I sing. It got to be ridiculous when the police play my shows. I thought the bad publicity would hurt my career, so I took a shot at telling my side of the story. Not the sound of my head, affected my sleep. I Well, everything has happened in the past in the last year and a half, so, I'm all mixed up, you know, I can't keep up with everything that's happening.
Just now, Java, about the thing is very criticized, even by usually Mars and Apple, but people criticize, we barely have our people to do.
Well, not really, those people on the job, they,
Hold on, guys. What the fuck was that? What happened? You just said,
Yawn.
That's a yawn?
Yawn.
The fuck was that? He said, no. Fuck, as soon as I get reading. What the fuck? Thought that dude broke his hip or something.
okay, come.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Sorry about that. Long yawn. Yeah, you won. After this hour's up, I'm gonna work out really quick and then like go for a walk. I might take you guys with me. I don't know. I'm not sure. But for the I'm gonna definitely do a workout stream. And I know what I'm gonna work out already, but yeah, I might take you guys with me because the sun goes down now at like 5:30. Before it was like 4:35. But the sun is starting to be out longer, which is a good thing for me. I personally appreciate the sun being out longer. But I think our body needs like a balance of both. I wouldn't doubt it.
excited about this new show because there are a lot of different dynamics within the plot that I think everyone will enjoy. This show features new characters, new plot lines, new twists and turns that we are so excited for you to experience.
I'm Kelly, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is it's juicy. Having that early in the morning, it energizes me. It gives me the boost I need. That bite, you take into the biscuit, and the chicken just hits you.
Your guest gave for the testimonial station with a spacecraft that's unimaginably far away.
Scientists can't explain the chilling message Voyager 2 just beamed back from the edge of our solar system. After 47 years in space, NASA's iconic probe went silent for months, then suddenly woke up with a transmission that its experts using sleep. What they found defies explanation and raises bone-chilling questions about what's really out there. The government is scrambling to explain it away, but the truth can't stay hidden much longer. The mysterious silence before the storm. For nearly 5 decades, Voyager 2 has been our faithful cosmic messenger, sailing through the darkness of space, sending back pictures and data about our solar system's outer planets. But last winter, something changed. NASA engineers noticed the probe had gone completely silent. No signals, no data packets, nothing but empty static for weeks on end. They tried everything, sending reset commands, switching to backup systems, even pointing our biggest radio telescopes directly at its last known location. Nothing worked. The spacecraft, launched in 1977, seemed to have finally died, joining the cosmic graveyard of human technology lost to the wind. Scientists prepared their farewell statements. Space enthusiasts mourned online, and the world began to accept that one of humanity's greatest explorers had finally gone down. That's why what happened next shocked everyone. After 63 days of complete silence, Voyager 2 suddenly came back online, but not with its regular data stream. Instead, it sent a single data burst, massive in size, concentrated and focused, using more power than the aging spacecraft should have been capable of generating. There is something deeply unsettling about the quiet that comes before a storm. It is a moment nature seems to hold its breath, waiting for something powerful to unfold. This silence is not just the absence of sound, it is a stillness that can be felt in the air, a pause that hints at the strength of what is about to come. On days when the sky turns grey and heavy clouds gather on the horizon, this quiet often arrives without warning. The winds that were once playful suddenly stop, leaving the trees motionless. Birds that were chirping moments ago fall silent, as if they sense the coming danger. Even animals seem to retreat, seeking shelter, while the world becomes eerily still. This strange calm can feel both peaceful and unknown, as though nature is preparing for something beyond our control. The air itself feels different during this time, thick and heavy, almost as if it is charged with energy. Some people describe this sensation as a kind of tension, a feeling that something is about to break loose. The temperature might drop slightly, or the humidity might rise, adding to the sense of unease. Everything feels out of balance, like the world is holding back its power just for a moment. The signal was so powerful, it saturated receivers at 3 separate deep space network stations simultaneously. Whatever Voyager 2 wanted to tell us, it wanted to make absolutely sure we got the message. And that message, once decoded, would send ripples of confusion, wonder, and fear through the scientific community in ways nobody could have predicted. The signal would defy explanation. NASA's initial response to Voyager 2's mysterious transmission was cautious excitement. The probe was alive, but that celebration quickly turned to confusion. The data package didn't match any known format in Voyager's programming. It wasn't telemetry. It wasn't instrument readings.
The night glittered with the kind of luxury only Hollywood could create. Chandeliers dripping with gold lights, flashing cameras clicking, celebrities dressed in diamonds and silk walking down the crimson carpet like gods descending from the sky. The annual Zenith Awards had begun and photographers were practically tripping over their own feet trying to catch every dazzling moment. In the middle of all the noise and glamour walked Steven Seagal, calm, collected, moving with the slow, powerful confidence of a man who didn't need applause to be noticed. He wore a black suit, sharp and simple sunglasses even though it was evening. His presence alone had
三种电动驾驶选择，零心动的设计。
Yeah, I see it, but I can't see who wrote anything because if it matters, my brightness is down on both my chats. So I'm live on two different streams, but the same YouTube. But it's a study stream, so I don't really care to look at comments and stuff. It's like if people want to like study with me, one of the smartest people in the top 10 best college in America, that's their effort to say, wait, I am what I eat. I am who I hang out with. So should I do my homework around this guy? Should I study around this guy? Should I work around this guy? That's what this specific stream is. I just went live. In like 30 minutes or so, I'm gonna be actually doing a workout stream. So, like it says in the description. Oh my god. That shit sounds stupid. Excuse me. I'm thinking out loud, my friends. Think. Someone trying to make my neck go in a whole other direction, I'll tell you that much. For what? For what? Mm. Guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Defend my answer. China. I'm good. Savage. Got both of the questions at the end, right? That was. Wait, that was 6. Wait. I'm confused. That was 6. So I gotta finish 6. I might do those 2 today, and then tomorrow I do that. Well, most likely 4 times, that's 12. So like 14 hours. I'm on it. So that was 5. Let me go to, hold on guys. I just didn't know I was actually doing what I was thinking I was doing. You know what I mean? Hey guys, welcome to the study stream I'm doing at the moment. Alright. Hope you have a good weekend. It's supposed to snow. Lord have mercy. Alright. Yeah, I'm taking a break in like 20 minutes. Alright, cool. Hold on guys, I can't see. Sorry. God. Alright, now I'm in the game. Somebody told me that. He says, if you ever in a predicament where you feel like you can't, like you're trapped, just say Jesus Christ. Just say God. And they're the same, obviously. Over 80% of Americans know that. But I literally just did that, and it literally like calmed me down and helped me. And that's exactly why I do Bible streams too. I do all, like that stuff helps me. I don't know about you guys. And as you guys know, you gotta be on the right track. Bada bang bang, bada bang bang, bada bang bang. Bada bang 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 bang. So please call the police for me. Tell them it's a case of emergency. That's probably the Jew in me. I ain't got time for a baby tree. I wanna own a big old tree. I used to want a bonsai when I was young, right? But I ended up saying to myself, because dude, come on, common sense, guys. A bonsai could also cost a down payment on a house. Dude, I was like, this video came up like a couple weeks ago, and it was showing a bonsai that was like $60,000, bro. That's a down payment on a $100,000 house. That's 20%. Like, bro, that's like basically $500,000. Like, come on now. Realistically, have a conversation right now. And I told myself many years ago, because I used to want when I was like 10 years old. And I said, yo, I want a bonsai. Something was telling me like, oh, I should just order it and figure out how to take care of it. But like, before I get any animal, I do research. Keeping a cat, it's called herping. Herping is an awesome activity. Like, you can catch reptiles, animals, them, right? To learn from them, right? So I said, damn, it's so expensive. That was the first thing that popped up in my unconscious brain, like the maintenance of it. It looks so hard. Then the second part, right? The second part that came to my mind was like, how am I gonna afford one? I think the cheapest one was a couple $100s. It was almost a G. So I was like, I didn't have $1,000. So now, like a couple weeks ago, I saw one that was the most expensive one. That was 60,000, I think, or it was more than that. I said, bro, I might as well buy a house with a fucking tree. Please call the police for me. Tell them it's a case of emergency. I'll be telling God, make my hair perfect. Because I like my little curls, my little waves, and my little like fro vibe to it. Bro, if I pick my hair out right now, bro, my hair is like literally like a Jamaican afro. All jokes aside. I mean, I am from the Caribbeans. So, there's that. I kind of gotta pee. I should do that before I go and read this new chapter. So, we just did that. So, I gotta do 1, 2, 3, and then I'm done. And that's gonna take me about, yeah. Then how long? Let me pee now. I'll be right back, guys. And then I'm gonna feed my tortoise before I even do my gym stream. What a world. I'm gonna outsource all this shit. Damn. Over here, let me see this skill real quick. Yo, I be laughing with myself, I swear. Tell me how I started laughing as soon as I saw my own video. In the same rhythm though, like it wasn't like off or anything. And when I went back and died, guess what? I hit it with that dang 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 dang. I'm not even allowed to show you. Somebody just said something from pre-recorded videos, bruh. Damn. My videos are funny. Yo, everybody in this game be expressing themselves differently. Yeah, we all the same. Like, that shit is mad funny. Like, we're all basically slaves. I mean, the average income is $40,000 a year in America. But yet there's like billionaires and millionaires. And god damn. Bitch. So you gotta go to the gun range. Watch and then somebody's gonna pop up out of nowhere, I guarantee you. Contested. The guy on my team talking shit now that I'm hearing him. Because they needed to update the game yesterday and it wasn't working. I couldn't hear anybody. That's fucking dumb, bro. Why bad mouthing me? Like, about what, bro? That's how dumb people are, bro. What is that? This reef store in Michigan is insane. That's pretty dope. Alright, let's get back to it. That's how you sound. My little ducky. My little ducky, look. He's my pet. Oh, look at this, look at this. I might go out tonight. Like, I might fuck around. Work out, and just shower right after. And then go back to studying. Because I got all day tomorrow to study. But if I could get a girlfriend tonight, I'm on the right track. Oh, the mercy. Man, I miss owning the world's smartest dog, guys. I really, really do. Yo. Oh gosh. Damn. Oh my gosh. Oh shit. Yeah, I be seeing some funny videos. You know when some of them are AI, and you know when some of them are fake. Why you think fucking AI is illegal? I guarantee you AI is illegal, guys. Why you never see celebrities using AI? Because they, bro. Because the government's probably worried that they're gonna start fucking mass killing people, probably, or some shit, or putting people in prison, like, or setting people up when they're not even in the same room, type of vibe. Feel me? Like, that's probably why that shit's illegal, bro. All right, we back at it. We back at it.
This shocking footage was recorded on the beach in Nepal, and within minutes, it stunned everyone who saw it. Lying on the wet sand was a creature unlike anything ever documented before. Its massive body stretched over 20 feet, covered in metallic blue scales with pinkish fins and sharp spines. The head looked big and armored, almost alien. People gathered in fear and disbelief, recording every second, unable to explain how something this enormous came ashore. Experts were silent, and the world was left asking one terrifying question, which is in the next clip of this video. What you're seeing is a paused moment from a real video recorded late at night near a lake in Malaysia. Two doctors were walking along the water after finishing their work. They weren't searching for anything unusual. The area was quiet, dark, and almost empty. Then their light caught something tangled near the shoreline. At first, it looked like a fishing net pulled up from the water. But when they focused their light, they realized something was inside. The body was flat and white.
That's fucking fire.
Lying completely still. The skin looked thick and leathery, almost armored, like it was built to survive deep pressure. Its feet, or what looked like feet, were tightly trapped in the neck. Both of them thought the same thing. It's dead. The male doctor froze, unable to move closer. So the people
Alright, we're at it. Let's get to it.
She knelt down, studying the ship quietly, asking if what they were seeing was a gold containing streaks of silver or true. Enough to prove the creature was alive. In the darkness, the shape looked almost human, which is why some people later called it a black mamba. But scientifically, this was most likely a deep-water marine animal, possibly a large ray-like fish, or a decomposing species pulled from deeper water and trapped by nets. Low light, sharp, deer, those three things can make the unfamiliar look impossible. Still, one question remains. If this was only a marine animal, why was it found here? And why did it stay perfectly still until it was noticed? It was just after sunset on the coast of Mexico. The ocean was calm, almost unnaturally still, like it was holding its breath. One man sat alone on the rock, listening to the waves, when something caught his eye. At first, he thought it was moonlight reflecting off the water, but then it moved. There, sitting quietly on the rock in the middle of the ocean, was a figure unlike anything he had ever seen. A mermaid. Her skin was almost completely white, glowing softly in the darkness, as if the sea itself was protecting her. She didn't scream. She didn't run. She simply sat there, peaceful, watching the horizon. Shaking, the man raised his hand. For over 30 days, he would return, capturing moments that left him speechless every time. Each sighting felt unreal, like a dream that refused to fade when morning came. Older people told stories too. Some believed she was a guardian of the ocean. Others said she appeared only to those who truly respected the sea. No matter what they believed, one thing was certain. This was one. And then one night, without warning, she slipped back into the water. No splash, no sound, just a ripple, and she was gone, leaving behind a question that still echoes along that shore. What if the ocean has been watching us all along? Next one will shock you. It was supposed to be a normal night at sea, just fishermen, a quiet boat, and dark waters stretching forever. Then the net came up heavier than it should have. At first, they thought it was debris, maybe a large fish, maybe nothing worth remembering. But when the net broke the surface, everyone froze. Inside, it was something none of them could explain. A creature shaped like a mermaid, not like the stories. Its skin glowed faintly under the deck lights, electric blue. A face pale as silver, teeth long enough to silence the entire boat. For a moment, fear took. Hands tight, hearts racing. Someone whispered, "What is that?" Creature squealed. "All brave, not an attack. Your pet." That's when the boat shut. It didn't lash out. It didn't harm you. It didn't even try to fight. It just screamed, trapped, confused, terrified. The fishermen realized something important. Whatever this was, it wasn't a monster. It was afraid. The boat went silent. No shouting, no parents. Just seeing here is not just a patch, but a living force of nature fighting for its life. This creature carries pure instinct, fear, power, survival. The men aren't celebrating, they're struggling, because for some of this strong as a bit of a control disappears fast. One wrong move, 1 second of hesitation, and the ocean reminds you who truly rules. This creature is endless building, endless crashing, feeling each intention between man and water. Moments like this don't glorify dominance, they teach respect, because the sea doesn't belong to us. We're only visitors, and sometimes the ocean will surely never forget that. This massive sea creature stuns the entire crew. Its dark, armored skin and powerful body suggest a predator built for the deep ocean. As the struggle to control it, one question remains: how many creatures like this still remain hidden beneath the sea? In the darkness of the water, something moves. Not fast, not violent, just watching. At first glance, it looks like a monster. Long arms, an unfamiliar shape, a face that doesn't belong where we expect it to. But the longer you look, the more unsettling truth begins to surface. This creature isn't attacking. It isn't chasing. It's drifting, almost hesitating. What makes it frightening isn't what it does, but what it reminds us of. Loneliness, isolation, the fear of being unseen. Many believe this figure represents how the human mind imagines the unknown. When light disappears, in darkness, our brains fill the silence with shapes, stories, and emotions we don't fully understand. The water becomes a mirror, reflecting our deepest fears back at us. Notice how it rises slowly, as if unsure whether it belongs above the surface or below. That moment feels familiar. We've all been there, caught between two worlds, not fully accepted in either one. This isn't just a creature, it's a feeling. A reminder that fear doesn't always come from danger. Sometimes it comes from not understanding what we're looking at. And sometimes the scariest thing in the dark is ourselves. Out on the open water, fishermen expect nets full of fish. They don't expect moments that change how they see the ocean forever. This video shows a strange sea creature pulled from the deep, not monstrous, just still, hanging, and silent. Its eyes look almost human, its body shaped for a world we barely understand. For a second, it forces a question we don't like to ask. What if the ocean still holds life we've never truly discovered? And what if some of it looks back at us the way we look at each other? The sea covers more than 70% of our planet, yet we've explored less than 5% of it. Down there is darkness, pressure, and time moving differently. Lying on the deck is a massive humanoid sea creature, unlike anything ever documented. Its blue-gray skin, razor-sharp teeth, and powerful tail suggest a predator built for the deep ocean. Whether this is advanced realism or pure fiction, one thing is certain: the mystery of the deep still terrifies us. Whether this creature is real, symbolic, or something created for art, the feeling it creates is real. Curiosity, unease, and a quiet sense of respect, because the ocean doesn't give up its secrets easily, and sometimes, when it does, it reminds us how small we really are. It's just after midnight. The ocean is calm, almost unnaturally still. No wind, no waves, just darkness, the quiet hum of a small boat drifting on open water. Then something appears. At first, it looks like a reflection, a soft glow beneath the surface, moving slowly, deliberately. Not a flare, not a spark, a steady light, as if the ocean itself is breathing. The two people on the boat lean over the edge, trying to understand what they're seeing. The water below them begins to glow brightly. A smooth, flowing shape swims just beneath the surface, completely covered.
That was the quickest hour I ever had. Hold on. Why, was that really an hour? That did not feel like an hour. That was. Oh. Alright guys, we about to do a workout. Alright. Guys, I'm about to restart stream. About to get a workout stream. So come join.